the most painful kind of punishment isn't always physical. Sometimes it's watching the world turn against you, knowing you're being judged for something you may not have done. In the heart of a busy marketplace, hundreds of people stare at you. You stand there, hands tied behind your back, unable to defend yourself. Their whispers cut like knives, not because you committed a crime, but because someone powerful wants you broken. For centuries, this was the fate of women across the world. In Europe's medieval courts, a woman's word against a man's was never equal. If a man accused a woman of improper behavior, she was often found guilty without a trial. It didn't matter if she was a peasant or a queen. The powerful men in charge believed a woman's place was in the home. If she went out, she was tempting fate and inviting trouble. And so, they invented cruel punishments, public shaming rituals designed to humiliate and hurt. In the village square, or at the crossroads, they put women in pillories or stocks, wooden frames that held them in place while people threw rotten food and shouted insults. They called them names, blaming them for everything from gossiping to witchcraft. These punishments weren't just about the law, they were about power. If a king or prince wanted a noblewoman's obedience, he could use her husband or father. He could accuse her of wrongdoing and have her punished publicly. If she resisted, her whole family would suffer. Her brothers, sisters, mother, even daughters. Sometimes these accusations were lies, used by a jealous rival or a bitter family member. Other times, they were a way for powerful men to hide their own mistakes. In a world where women couldn't own property or make their own wills, they had no rights. And if they were punished, no one would believe their side of the story. But this wasn't just about taking away a woman's rights. It was also about taking away her dignity, breaking her spirit. It was a warning to other women, a reminder that if they stepped out of line, they would be next. Yet even in the darkest times, there is hope. As the centuries passed, people began to question these punishments. Activists and reformers stood up against the cruelty, demanding justice and equality. They knew that true justice wasn't about punishing women for being independent or strong. It was about holding everyone accountable, regardless of gender. Today, we remember these women not just as victims, but as symbols of resilience. Their stories remind us that the fight for justice and equality is ongoing, that every voice matters, and that no one should be silenced or punished for simply existing.